Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday. I was just looking at the end of that video, and sometimes when it skips or it doesn't load, it almost looked like I was doing some kind of moonwalk, but going forward it actually looked quite cool for a split second. but then it went back to me just walking forwards. There we have Art Not Commerce. That's my song for my album called Persistence. You can grab that and the album over at wingsofpegasus.com. But hello to you guys in the live chat room. And tonight's live stream has been an edge of the seat affair already, because to begin with, I set up the live stream last night. I tried to set up the live stream last night, but obviously it didn't go through. It didn't register. So I had to set it up again about an hour ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. So I'm not sure how many people will get the notification. Obviously, regular viewers will be here, as I can see you guys in the live chat room. But as for anybody else, we will see. We'll keep on asking for the thumbs up. I think we're going to need it for tonight, considering it's been a very late setting up of the live stream. But then I also was trying to get some pictures into the software, and then YouTube wouldn't connect, and I had to refresh it. And this is about, a minute or 2 minutes past 11 here in the UK. So yeah, it was just not wanting to load, but we are here. We made it. So hello everybody. We have Anna, Charlie, Linda, Laurie, C. Scarston, Debbie, Bev, Mike, Carl, Tammy, Vince, Billy again, Anna, Suzanne, Bonnie, Bella, Laura, Debbie, and Tammy, Billy again. We've got Bob in there. Hello guys, thank you for joining me. I hope you've had a good start to your week, and that Tuesday was good as well. Now here in the UK it has been a little bit warmer than normal, apart from today when they said it was going to be really hot, or just like 24 degrees Celsius, something like that, and it wasn't that hot at all and was a bit cloudy. So they got that wrong, which seems to be the case, that the weather forecast is always a little bit wrong now and again, and sometimes they get it really wrong. But yeah, things are warming up a little bit. I don't know how long it's going to last for, but it's still non-hoodie weather. Hopefully it's not going to get too hot. Actually, maybe a few days ago, it was a bit hotter than normal, to the point where I needed to get that small fan thing on the go so that I could keep it a little bit cooler. And what I found was, interesting fact, or not that interesting, but on Final Cut Pro 10, which is the program that I use to edit together my videos, and yeah, just edit together anything really, when I had the fan going on in the background, obviously there's a kind of low frequency hum that's going on. But in Final Cut Pro 10, you can turn on something that's called voice isolation, which means it then gets rid of any background noise and you can just hear your voice clearly, which is great. I mean, the only downside to that was that when I was talking and then stopping talking, obviously when I stopped talking, the buzzing would come back because it wasn't technically talking going on anymore. But anyway, it meant that when I was talking, at least the background noise disappeared, which is a great feature and it works really well, even if you just turn it up to 50%, but I turned it up to 100%, so it means that I can have a fan going on in the background keeping me cool, and it doesn't sound ridiculous over the microphone. But for live streams, you probably would hear it. I don't have it on at the moment, but it's not something that you can do live. It's just an editing thing after the fact. So yeah, you'll be able to hear that maybe later on this year when it does get ridiculously hot. As it did last year, we had record temperatures. So if we get a new record, that means it's going to be over like 41 degrees Celsius, which is, yeah, just crazy for here in the UK. Right. We did have a poll, and this was for the early birds. So you guys that were in that live chat room at maybe 10:15 UK time. I don't know what time it was when you were in that live chat room, but needless to say, about an hour ago, I was asking whether we would have the wah-wah pedal plugged in for the Fill Jam if we get there later on in the live stream. And I think about 70 or 80% said to go for the wah-wah pedal. So that is plugged in, that is ready to go. But let's get everything up on screen, including the names of my patrons, because they make this all possible in the first place. So a big shout out to the people at the bottom of the screen. Their names go across the live stream on a Tuesday and a Saturday, as you guys know. They make it all possible, and literally everything that I do. They are a foundation of the analysis videos, the interview videos, the cover videos, and the live stream videos. So yeah, thank you guys for all of your support. It is massively appreciated. Right, yes, like I said, I don't know how many people are going to make it into the live chat room tonight because the late setting up of the live stream, but if you can hit a thumbs up as you come through the door, that would be massively appreciated, because tonight we are aiming for 330 likes in order to have Phil Jam number 13. So we'll have to wait and see if we get to that number or not, but it's potentially going to be unlucky for some tonight. Hopefully it won't be unlucky for me or anybody else, but number 13 is what we are looking at in terms of that backing track. And yeah, I will jump over to that message from Joe if we do get there. If we hit the thumbs up, we're going to be getting closer to the Phil Jam. And okay, I know what I haven't done, or at least I know what I have done, and then I have to do again is set up the screen capture for the live likes. So that's something that I'm going to do now and get that up on screen so that we can see that we are at 147 likes so far. So, and it's just jumped up by 2. So thank you to those 2 people who and 3 people who just spiked the likes. 150. So that means we are not quite halfway there. Is it halfway? 165 maybe? I'm not sure. That's a number that popped into my head. So there we go. Oh, and let me just refresh the screen, or at least the I don't know if this is going to be the right thing to click on. The stream in my software so that I can grab comments and show them on screen. It might not be, it just says waiting at the moment. But yeah, let me scroll up, because somebody said, and it was Bonnie Sue who said, Phil, what was number 21 riff? So this was the riff of the week that we had in the last live stream that I couldn't hear. And I couldn't really figure it out from what I was playing or looking at my hand on the fretboard. And it was Love in an Elevator by Aerosmith, and I believe that was Karen's first guess. So that means that Karen, was the first to guess the riff of the week last week. Technically it's last week, it was on Saturday. So yes, congratulations to Karen, and that was the riff that I thought it could have been. It was very difficult to tell, but it could have been. I listened to it afterwards, and it was indeed. So there we go. That was the riff for the last live stream. We will see if we can have another riff maybe this live stream. I'm not sure. What I am going to have to do is get all of my screen capture things going on, because they all seem to have gone awry for the time being. So if I do have a riff of the week, it means that I've got to obviously set up that screen, and I know that that hasn't been set up, so we might jump into that, maybe not. Or if we have a riff of the week after the cover video, then I'm gonna have to make sure I remember to set up the screen capture for the riff of the week. But talking about the cover video for tonight, it is between To Be With You and the Eddie Van Halen tribute video. I know that Eruption was requested over on Patreon, but it's, I think, part of the video where I have the solo for Beat It in that particular video as well. So yes, you can vote for whichever one of those you want to see. It looks like To Be With You is or has 58% of the vote, so it is in the lead, which is great. If you are an Eddie Van Halen fan, I think there are a lot of them out there, then you can click on the Eruption choice. So I think somebody said, who is on my t-shirt? I think I saw that go through somewhere. And this is Rory Gallagher. I have worn this shirt quite a lot, and we have probably quite a few analysis videos on Rory, and that's something that I also did with Donal Logue. Donal was with me on the channel, the actor. He joined me. He watches the channel and reached out to me, and I said it'd be cool to do a video because he's a big fan of Rory Gallagher's as well. So yeah, we did a video. You can search for that on the page somewhere, on the channel somewhere, you will be able to find it. But yeah, we do have a few analysis videos. So let's try and keep things organized with tonight's live stream. I know that there have been a few donations over on PayPal, and there's been one on or in the super chat window as well. So thank you for that, Paul. And as I always say, you don't have to donate. Everybody just watching is great. Maybe hitting the thumbs up, introduce yourself to the live stream community in the live chat room, and just get involved, maybe leave a comment or two. And this is just the way that we get to know each other, and I get to interact with you guys in a live setting rather than just in the comment section of the analysis videos, which is great. And I do read all of the comments, but I just like to interact with you guys live as well, because obviously it's a bit different and I can answer questions, do all that kind of stuff. We can then have a jam at the end when we hit the likes goal, and we can look at other things such as the Phil tunes, which I was going to play one in the last live stream, but then we ran out of time. And then there's like a 10-minute jam track that we did at the end, which lasted obviously for a very long time. So yeah, we couldn't fit it in then. So maybe in the last live stream, I said I'd try and fit everything into that one, but we couldn't fit everything in. So maybe we will try and do that this live stream. Fingers crossed. We will see. So yes, Paul's donation of $2. Thank you for that. And the message was, let's have fun tonight. Spike them likes all y'all. Great idea. Hit that thumbs up. If you haven't done that so far, be much appreciated to get us to our Phil Jam target of 330 likes for tonight's live stream. If you're watching this on catch up, you can still hit the thumbs up. It all helps this live stream to get out there a little bit more and for the channel to grow on the whole. And the channel has been growing recently. This is something that I keep meaning to head over to Instagram and just upload the screenshot of the amount of subscribers, because I did one for, I think, 100,000 subscribers, and then I did one for 234,567 subscribers, just because it looked funny on the screen. And yeah, I didn't do one for 300, but I mean, even YouTube send you a message saying about reaching a milestone and all that kind of stuff, so that's great. But I haven't yet put that on Instagram. But Instagram is sometimes somewhere that I do go to just cover the milestones, because I don't upload a lot of pictures to Instagram, as you guys know if you follow me over there. But now and again, if I am out doing things such as, you know, attending gigs and that kind of stuff, then if I have any pictures, I will upload them to Instagram. But yeah, I think that was covered actually in another live stream. Somebody asked me about messages over on Instagram, but I don't get through a lot of those. I do get a lot of them, but just getting through emails and messages on YouTube and through my website keeps me more than busy. So yeah, getting to Instagram messages is a bit of a challenge for me. So let's just quickly jump into the PayPal window, because I just want to make sure that I have addressed the donations that happened in there. I think the first one that came through, and this would make sense because it was on Sunday, so after the last live stream, it came through from Roseanne for £5. So thank you for that, Roseanne. And before I read the message, which is actually a question, let me give a plug of the mug, because Paul said spike the likes, and that is something that traditionally I do, is give a plug of the mug. So nothing in the mug tonight. And if you want to get your hands on any of the merchandise, click on the link in the description below for the spring.com store. But you might be one of those lucky people who has the tray underneath this video. You can click on any of the items there and it will take you through to the store. And then if you do get anything and you want to take a picture of yourself modeling a mug or a t-shirt or a hoodie or a tumbler or a cap or a bucket hat, that's what they're called, then you can upload your picture to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. If you are a Facebook user, just join in with that group and upload the picture. I'll get linked to it by Laura, and then I'll be able to show you it on the live stream. So yeah, we're going to be having a few pictures, I think, in Picture Corner a little bit later on in tonight's live stream. But back to Roseanne's donation and question. Roseanne's question is, how can musicians write songs if they can't read music? So thank you for that, Roseanne. And I can kind of flip this question around and say, how can children speak but not be able to read. It's exactly the same thing. So it's when we learn to talk, it's something that we imitate, and obviously we learn all the words. We don't know how to spell the words. We don't know how to write them down. We don't have that ability, but we can communicate on a level where we understand each other. And music is a language, so you can communicate with the language before you write it down. And that's how it kind of all started. Is noise, sound came first, and then a way to write down which sounds were made, that was then developed. So yeah, it's very much the case that you don't need to read music. Reading music comes after the music's been created. So yeah, that's how musicians can write songs if they can't read music. And yeah, you can think back yourself. The fact that you can sing happy birthday from a very young age, but you haven't read the music for that. So that's the same question. Like, how do we know the intervals between the notes without having read it first to know the intervals between the notes? And how do we then know which key to start in? All these different things. We can do that from a very young age, and even as we get older, everyone joins in singing happy birthday, but it hasn't been read first. So that's just an example of the fact that it's the other way around. Music comes first, then it's written down, and then if people then want to repeat that music that they heard in the first place, they look at what's written, but that's not how it was created. So when musicians are creating, they don't need to be able to read or write music. So yeah, that's very much how a lot of the top musicians, top artists and songwriters work. That they just work with music first. They listen, they just feel where the music's going, and they'll generally play out chords either on a piano or a guitar or whichever instrument they play. They'll be playing chords and then come up with a melody, and they haven't written it all out in silence first and then played the song and thought, oh, that sounded exactly how I wanted it to sound. It's always written first. For the most part, it is, especially with mainstream music and all these songs that you'll see in the charts, they are created first. So when I say created, they are created with sound first, and you won't see artists nowadays sitting down literally writing in silence and then get to the end of their 3 or 4 minute song and then say, right, let's see how that sounds. So yeah, anyway, thank you for that, Roseanne. So yeah, it's quite a simple answer to a question, but some people don't understand that relationship, so it is an interesting question. So thank you for that. And Nicole has donated £8.19. So thank you for that, Nicole. And the message is, hi Phil, bonsoir for you and all. I project myself in thoughts near you for this live stream. Nice week, Phil. All my wishes for the best. Lots of love. So thank you for that, Nicole. And I think we have another donation that's just come in from Tammy for £10 in the PayPal window. So thank you for that, Tammy. Now, let me just click on, if I can get it, the PayPal capture window. Now, I'm not sure whether this is going to work, but I'm going to try and show it up on screen anyway. And it might be all a bit wonky. Let's see. It is a little bit wonky, but it's pretty much okay. So that's just Tammy's donation that I can show in there. I just wanted to see if that was working and that it was showed up on screen. So we are okay for that, but there's no message with it. But I'll bring that back up if we get into another donation. So as I said, you don't have to donate, but of course donations do help and make a huge difference, but it's not a necessity. Just watching is great. Thumbs up and comments and just interacting with the channel is great, and that makes a huge difference to me as well, that I get to interact with you guys in the live chat room. So I can see that we're at 192 likes, so we're looking for 8 more people to hit that thumbs up to maybe get to 200, because then it's easy for me to work out. Actually, it'll be 138 likes is what we're looking for by the end of the live stream. So we will see if we can make it, maybe get a little bit of a spike of the likes going on. And yeah, if you haven't used your thumbs up token, that would be great. So there has been another donation over in the PayPal window. So let me have a quick click through that. And oh, I just accidentally, that's bad. I just accidentally dragged the capture window in the wrong direction, so now it might go all a bit wonky. Let me have a look. Maybe I got away with it. Okay, it is Liz who has donated £3.85. Thank you for that, Liz. The message is, love the current format of your programs. What, if any, additions would you like to incorporate in the future? Liz from Alabama. So thank you for that. And I mean, in terms of things for the future of the channel, I pretty much just see what happens, and if I have an idea, generally I just go with that idea, whatever it tends to be. So I think in the future, probably continuing with the interviews is great. I do like interacting and hooking up with musicians and just talking about music things. I have that gig at the end of the month, which is going to see The Warning again. I've been invited down there, which would be great. And then I have another thing that I'm not going to mention yet because I still have to organise it all, but that's kind of another event type thing. It's not me going out to an event. It'll be me doing something via probably a Skype call or Google Meets or something like that with another musician. But anyway, and we have... I don't know, I say that we have, I have an idea for the future that I think might be interesting or it might not be interesting, I do not know. But I would like to be able to chat with some people on the channel who aren't necessarily like professional musicians, but they might be celebrities or be known for doing something else. And that's something that I'm looking at the moment, because I mean, chatting to other people that are in the public eye, I think is interesting in itself, but especially if they're in the public eye and they play the guitar or they have an interest in music, if they sing, all of these things that I can maybe link with the analysis videos, because it's great to talk to professional musicians, but it is also an important part of lots of people's lives, just talking to them about music. And especially sometimes you might have people that are known for doing one thing, but they started out wanting to be a musician. And I personally would find that really interesting to see how their journeys change from getting into what they're known for now, comparing that with when they started out wanting to be in a band potentially, or be an artist themselves in their own right. So yeah, that's something that I'm not pursuing at the moment, but it's an idea that I've got for the future that I think might be interesting, because I mean, I do know a few people maybe that I can make connections with that aren't musicians, but they are quite well known. So I think it might be an interesting angle to talk to those kinds of people, especially if you guys know who they are for other things, and then we get to kind of talk about guitar, maybe have the guitars out and just go through a few things of the way that they play or what they've learned to do and their preferences, their artists that they're into, maybe bands that they're into when they're growing up, and why they started to learn to play the guitar and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, that's just something that I think might be interesting in the future. So yeah, that's something that like I say, I always have these different ideas of doing things, and I generally just kind of jump into it. But yeah, I mean, let me also mention that with Shirley Lewis, who is backing vocalist George Michael, we did say that we would do something in the future together on another song. So that'll probably be another analysis video at some point in the future. So that's another thing that can potentially happen. But like I said, I think that kind of falls into the analysis / interview kind of bracket, but maybe more of an analysis video thing. But just I will keep doing what I'm doing, and then anything that comes up that's a bonus, we'll just jump into it and see what happens. So Adam has donated $6.99. Thank you for that, Adam, in the super chat window. And the message is, can you do deep dive of Carole King and Goffin? So thank you for that, and I'll make a note on my request list. But thank you for the donation as well, Adam. Anna has donated $20 just under that and says, Beverly and I wanted to say spike those likes. So thank you for that. Great idea. If you can hit that thumbs up, that'll be much appreciated. Great idea there from Anna and Bev. Where are we at? 213. So they are creeping up. It means we're looking for 117, maybe. I'm feeling like my math is a little bit better tonight for some reason. I don't know why. But numbers are popping into my head, and I think from looking at the numbers that they might be close or indeed correct as to how many likes we need. So, yes, thank you for that donation, Anna and Liz, in that PayPal window. But yeah, things in the future, I don't really plan things out too much. Even with the analysis videos, I mean, I kind of just go through my list and just do whatever's next on the list. And I tend not to, plan them in advance. I mean, I suppose because the list is the list, I could just kind of go through lots of them. But the problem is, and I know that some people are on YouTube, some people that do videos, and do shorter kinds of videos that might not take them very long. I know that they can maybe go through a day and record 3 or 4 or 5 videos and then release them over the next couple of weeks, so then they get lots of time off to kind of do other things or just focus on other things. Whereas, yeah, with the videos that I do, they take between 6 to 12 hours. So in terms of doing kind of 4 or 5 a day, it's just an absolute impossibility. I think one of my videos took 18 hours. I think that's the longest that I've had, when things don't work and the editing's not working, and then things are freezing and then it's not playing back in sync and all these different things. So yeah, in order to do videos in advance, especially if it's going to take 18 hours, as you can imagine, it's going to be absolutely impossible, unless I wanted to try and spend an admin day doing a video, but then of course I'm not doing my admin. So yeah, for me at the moment, I would like to get to the point where I have maybe at least one video in advance, but at the moment, especially when I went out to see The Warning, that was a full day of being spent in London, so I wasn't at my computer, so I couldn't do anything there. So it means that I was then catching up on admin after that. So yeah, it's just day by day. I work through the request list, and it's always a race against time to try and get the video finished by 8 p.m. I always try to make it for 8 p.m. Because I like to release the videos at the same time, so then people know when to expect them. Or when to, expect them. But the last video I think I did, I missed it by 45 minutes. I can't remember the reason for that, but this is the problem, when you get technical issues, that sometimes it does get a little bit delayed. But thankfully, not delayed by about 6 hours. I mean, usually if it takes 12 hours, that's still quite a long video. I say between 6 and 8 hours is more than norm. But again, it's not something that I can just kind of record and do lots of them at once. And when I've seen, I mean, I don't watch a lot of YouTube channels and reaction channels. I know that a lot of people do watch the reaction channels, and some of the videos that I've seen from then, it might be a 7-minute video, and maybe 4 or 5 minutes of that is watching the video and then just kind of making a comment afterwards. So the video's taken 7 minutes to make. So, if that was the case, if I spent 6 to 12 hours doing 7-minute videos, I could probably do about a year's worth of videos in a day. So they do take a very long time, but I mean, that's the way I like to do them. I do like to kind of do the research, and if there are any bands or artists that I don't know that much about, which does happen occasionally, then I do like to get a bit of background behind the artist and behind the song that we're looking at. And especially, I think a lot of the time is spent with the vocal, isolating the vocal, and then putting the vocal through the pitch monitor, app, the software, which is just called Vocal Pitch Monitor, because that's an Android app, and then doing the screen save, or saving the screen of the video on my phone when I run it through that. So now I've got lots of different elements that I bring together and synchronize so that when we look at it on screen, we can hear it, we can see it, and the voice is isolated, so we're seeing the isolated voice on the screen. So yeah, I think that's another thing that some people ask me. They say, oh, what software do you use for the videos? And they think that I'm just using one thing that does everything, but then I have to explain that it's kind of a 4 or 5 step process to get to the final product of us just seeing it on screen and being able to listen and see everything. So that's kind of probably a few hours in the making, just putting that all together. So yeah, but that's the way that I like to do it, because I think it's great to have that visual representation of a voice, because it just makes it a lot easier to understand for people watching. So anyway, thank you, Liz, for that donation. And I think there's just one more that has come through. Oh, and Liz has donated again, £1.54. So thank you for that. And the message was, I might be able to scroll down for this, for you guys to see it. I want to be like Orlando and be a Rice Krispies cereal donator. If you could do any profession other than what you are currently doing, what would it be? Schooling necessary aside, tell us about Phil's I Wonder If I Could. So thank you for that, Liz, and maybe that's like a TV show or something. I wonder if I could. But this is a difficult one because let me think. If I wasn't doing music at all, and music's the thing that I decided that I wanted to do when I was like 20 or 21, and I gave up football and soccer, as we call it in the USA. As you guys probably know, regular viewers will know that I played a lot of soccer. That was the first thing that I got quite good at. So when I was, I think, 18 or 19, I was offered something from a professional club, but yeah, in all honesty, I didn't realise they were offering me what they were offering me, which was being part of the youth academy and getting paid £30 a week in order to move to where the club was. So you kind of stayed on site. I guess it's like a university thing, staying on campus. So yeah, they pay for everything and then you earn £30 a week. So anyway, I was offered that in a professional sense for soccer, but I knew at that point that I didn't enjoy football as much as I enjoyed music. And then, yeah, a couple of years after that, I decided, yeah, I just want to do music more than anything else. So now I'm much too old to be a footballer. So I wouldn't be able to do that, because I think when you're maybe 35, and sometimes even earlier than that, people retire. So I'm well past retirement age for a footballer. Maybe I would be a football manager, because I do find, obviously, analysis, I find that interesting, and because I've spent so much of my life or early life playing soccer, it means that I understand a lot of the tactics and what. This is the thing for watching football, as I'm going to call it. Watching football on TV is quite frustrating for me, especially when I see them doing things that are tactically incorrect. And even with professional teams, even with national sides, you think, why haven't the players been told this in this particular situation? And yeah, so it is a bit frustrating for me to watch. But that's maybe something that I'd do, is be a football manager. But I don't think I'd enjoy working myself or working my way up from the lower leagues to then get to like the top level management. I just want to go straight into the top level and just say, look guys, this is how we're going to do it. So I think I would enjoy that. What else? I mean, if I could do anything, I do enjoy playing golf. So maybe if I was really good at golf, then I would do that, because I think golf is something that you can play as you get older. So I'm not sure whether, but this is it. I enjoy playing golf, but do I enjoy playing golf to the point of doing it every day? And this is the crazy thing. When I watch golf on TV, I mean, it's not crazy, because this is, you think, how are they so good at golf? And then you realise it's because they're doing it all the time. And even when I saw, I'm not sure who it was, I think it was DeChambeau is his name. He actually used to hit the ball really far, but then I think he realised it's not all about hitting it really far. So now he's working on hitting it kind of quite far, but more accurately. So anyway, Bryson, that's his first name. So he did, I think it was the Thursday, the Friday, the Saturday, the Sunday. And so he's played 4 rounds, and in between those rounds, he's practicing. So he's constantly playing all the time. And after his final round, they went for an interview with him, but they couldn't get an interview with him because he is practicing again. So I don't think I like it that much to play to that extent that I would play a round and then I'd go back to practicing it. And then the next day I play another round and then I go back to, practice it again, and then another round and practice, another round, practice, another. So yeah, I'm not sure that I could actually do it full time because I enjoy doing it once so often, and sometimes once in a blue moon. But I'd like to do it relatively regularly just to enjoy it, and it's not really about the winning for me, and that's why I'm not really interested in. People say to me, oh, you've got to get your handicap and all that, and put your cards in and enter competitions and all that kind of stuff, whereas I'm not really interested in that. I just like to play for fun. So yes, that's the way that I roll with golf. So probably have to be football management, which is something that I've never really thought about until being asked this question by Liz in the PayPal window. So thank you for that. Right, and we have another donation that has come in from $6.99, and this is from Tortoro Porco, and that's Tortoro Porco is the alias, as I said in the last live stream, I think. And I was asked the question, could I remember Tortoro Porco's name? And I said, of course. I'm not sure I want to give it away, but maybe it's a giveaway, giving away the first letter and the last letter. I'll just say that it begins with an R. So, regular viewers can probably remember. But anyway, thank you for that donation. The message is, you're in the Premier League of YouTubers. No relegation for you. So thank you for that. Thank you for the kind words. And yeah, this is something that it's I don't know, it's a bit weird because I forget about the number. Like the 303,000, is it? I know that I filled it in on this, so let me have a look. Yeah, I'm just going to go. So this is the problem, that I forget the numbers, that it's 303,000 subscribers, because some of the other channels that I watch, like for example, golf channels, and not that I'm definitely not into watching golf advice channels, but I do like watching sometimes celebrity golf tournaments. And, some channels where they have celebrities that go and play and do a few holes on the channel, and they've got, they're a big channel, and they've got, I think, like 180,000 subscribers or something like that. And I still see that as like a big channel. But then, I then think, oh, hang on. I've got 303,000. So to me, it doesn't really make sense, all these numbers. But like I said earlier in tonight's live stream, I just keep on doing what I do. And thankfully, you guys are along for the journey as well. And we just see where we end up, and more people join in, which is great. And yeah, we will keep on pushing forward and see where we end up. And maybe on the channel, at some point in the future, we can have Wings of Pegasus on the golf course with a particular musician. And yeah, I can embarrass myself, but we could talk about music while having a game of golf. Who knows? So for the moment, I think I'll just stick to guitar and stick to talking about music and analysis videos. But that would be an interesting detour for me and a good laugh for everybody else trying to watch me play golf. So anyway, that's just all, considering my arm is fine, and my arm at the moment is not too bad. So fingers crossed. It's always a bit of a waiting game, because I think last week, maybe last Thursday, I had for some reason a really bad day, and then another day after that where my arm was really kind of stiff and I couldn't extend it. And this week has been better, so I'm hoping that it was just a one-off day, and then things can continue to get better and better and better. So yeah, and then maybe I suppose it'll take a lot of organising, me taking it out on the course and then getting a camera. I'd have to get somebody else to hold the camera because it's just me doing everything, so I'd have to think about trying to work that out. But yes, Chant of the North I can see, says Alice Cooper, and that is somebody who you guys might know, is an avid golfer, and I know that Alice is a good golfer. I mean, he's like properly good, probably in and around a scratch player, which means that he literally doesn't go round the course in anything over the par, which is just a ridiculously high standard. I would definitely be going over par. So that's what I mean. It would just be a bit ridiculous. Maybe he can help me improve getting a better score. But yeah, it would be great to have a round with somebody who's quite good, who can help me maybe. Who knows, because yeah, I definitely need help. But I think the other thing is when people maybe tell you how they do it and then you try and do it like that and then it all just goes wrong, because I've got just very strange arms anyway, and my arms are double jointed, but since doing my tendon in on my right arm, that now isn't as double jointed as my other arm, so I've lost a lot of flexibility. But thankfully, I mean, I won't do it because people might be eating, it might be your dinner time, but it means that I can overextend my elbow, which means that I can, if your arm, when you straighten it, is kind of this angle, I can bend it the other way so that it looks like I've broken my arm, but it's not, it's just kind of double jointed. It allows me to do it. So that's the thing, that on my right arm now, I used to be able to do that, but now I can't. Now it just looks like a normal arm. So when I kind of extend my arm, it kind of stops there, which looks absolutely normal, which is fine. But it used to go a lot further than that, so that's obviously something in the arm, how it's, I don't know how the tendon has healed, but then obviously there's some kind of joining going in there and it's tighter than it used to be. So I mean, I'm fine with that as long as it works, as long as my arm works. I don't have a problem with it. So anyway, Mary has donated $10. Thank you for that, Mary. And it's 10-1 already. I've just been rabbiting on, and we're going to be needing quite a lot more likes. If you guys can hit that thumbs up, that would be much appreciated, to see if we can get to that target of 330. But I think this is my own fault because I only set up the live stream literally an hour before we're about to go live, so there were no notifications. Nobody could see that it was happening. But we will see. I mean, maybe we'll have a vote to see if we have a Phil Jam anyway, if we don't hit the likes goal, considering that we did have a vote for the Wah Wah pedal. But we will see. So any thumbs up would be much appreciated. Right, Mary donated $10. Thank you for that. And the message was, Wah. I don't know how to say that. Wah. Is that Rory on your shirt? Because I was watching your old vid of you analysing him. Cool. Hey, if not, still cool. So yes, it is. And the same question was asked a little bit earlier on the live stream, but it is indeed. So thank you for that, Mary. And I think another donation has come through over on PayPal, and it is Lynn. Let me just make that a little bit straighter. Lynn has donated £57.79. So thank you for that, Lynn. And the message is, Phil, would be grateful if you interviewed Judge Judy. So thank you for that. Now that would be interesting to hear about Judge Judy's musical preferences. Maybe we can have a chat on that, like get into her past. I was wondering if she would know, Frankie Valli, maybe, because he's someone that has a link with the channel here and invited me down to the Royal Albert Hall. So maybe, but I don't know. And that would be really interesting to have a chat with Judge Judy. That'd be great. So who knows? This is the thing that, I mean, I'm up for doing anything on the channel, really. I mean, I keep it music based, so it would always be a chat about music or guitars or, vocals or that kind of stuff. So it'll be along the lines of music, but I just like chatting to people about music. So I think that'd be really interesting. Who knows? Maybe if I get loads of subscribers all messaging Judge Judy saying that Phil from Wings of Pegasus wants to interview you on his channel about the music that you're into, the music that you grew up with, then maybe she would reply. Who knows? But she is still a very busy person because she's now doing the not Judge Judy, is called Judy Justice. That's the one. And I believe her granddaughter is with her on that show as well. And she checks all the facts on the computer and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, she is still going strong. But yeah, that would be a really interesting video. Who knows? You never know. Right. Let's now get into tonight's cover video. Of course, we've got to get through that. Let me just end the poll, see which one came out on top. And oh, Liz said you just need to agree with her. So yeah, that is the thing. That I mean, Judge Judy, I will actually, having said that, I was going to say I will say that I agree with what she says on the cases and people that don't really know that when you borrow money from somebody, well, when they lend you money, this is something that some people say. They borrowed me, $3,000, and then Judge Judy always likes to correct people on their English, which is fine by me. But one case I did see is somebody said that they had, I can't remember which guitar it was, but they had a special edition, whatever it was. It might have been maybe a Gibson Les Paul, something like that, but it was obviously like a vintage guitar, and it was a special guitar that was very old. And he was trying to say to Judge Judy that it has appreciated in value over the years because of the guitar it was. And I don't know what the background behind the guitar was, but you can imagine, for example, that there was a guitar that Les Paul played himself, and Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton, you name it. The guitar that they've played can either be sold at auction for a lot of money, or they go in a collection, or they might even be in a museum or something. So this guitar, the guy said that it's a special guitar, so now it's worth this much. And unfortunately, Judge Judy didn't understand. She said nothing appreciates in value. As soon as you bought that guitar, it's now half the price that it was when you got it. And because it is so old, like 40 or 50 years old, it means that it's worth even less. And he was trying to, the problem that he had was he didn't have an expert there to quantify its worth, to say, no, this is this guitar from this year, and it has this history, therefore it is worth this amount. So yeah, I did feel sorry for the guy that was trying to get some money back on this. I don't know what it was, either selling the guitar or he lost the guitar. I don't know what it was, but unfortunately, he didn't get what he was asking for. He got a lot less because Judge Judy didn't realise that guitars are like that they can be like antiques, that they've got a history, and they've got something that a lot of people will pay a lot of money for, a particular guitar, because of the history behind it. So anyway, yeah, that was a shame, but that's pretty much one of the only cases that I've seen where I thought, she doesn't know about this kind of subject area, but I do know that she knows about dogs. She knows a lot about dogs. So that is definitely her area of expertise on that kind of personal level. So that's great, because a lot of the cases are to do with dogs and dog attacks and selling dogs, breeding dogs. Anyway, yes. Oh, by the way, thumbs up, 263. We have got a little bit of a spike going on there, so thank you guys for that. And I can't remember which song won. I think it was To Be With You in the poll. Let me scroll up, just have a quick check. And it was, yes, To Be With You. So we're going to be jumping into the Mr. Big Classic, my version of it. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you after. Rock!
Hold on, little girl, show me what he's done to you. Stand up, little girl, a broken heart can't be that bad when it's through, it's through. Love will twist the both of you. So come on, baby, come on over, let me be the one to show you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside, I hope you feel it too. You can be on top for once. Wake up, who cares about little boys that talk too much? And I've seen it all go down. Your game of love was all rained out. So come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to hold you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside, I hope you feel it too. Feel it too. Waited on a line, waited on the line, just to be the next to be with you. Why be alone when we can be together, baby? You can make my life worthwhile. I can make you start to smile. When it's through, love will twist the both of you. So come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to show you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. I'm the one. Deep inside, I hope you feel it too. Feel it too. Waited on a line, waited on the line, just to be the next to be with you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside, I hope deep inside, you feel it too. Waited on a line, waited on a line, yeah, just to be the next to be with you. Just to be the next to be with you.
And there we have it. That was my version of To Be With You. Thank you guys for voting for that one tonight, and you guys over on Patreon for requesting it in the first place. So there has been another donation in the super chat window from Marsha, who has donated $20. So thank you for that. And it's the guy with a lemon for a head, or maybe it's just a lemon and then a lemon for a body in the shape of a body, but I don't know. But it is the lemon person doing a bow and saying thank you or something like that. So thank you for that, Marsha. And there was another donation, actually two in the PayPal window, so thank you for this. Donna, who has donated £3 and 85 pence, and let me get that on screen so you guys can see it as well. It is a straight up donation. And Barbara has donated £7 and 70 pence. So thank you for that, Barbara. And the message is, hello, Phil. What about an interview with Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees? There are a good amount of Monkees fans in the supporters group. Cheers, Barbara. So thank you for that, Barbara. And, well, this is the thing. It's a case of kind of being organised and getting, at the moment, my schedule for the next, I think, month, maybe 2, maybe 3, because I have mentioned about, I mentioned about doing another video with Shirley that I would like to do, and I kind of don't want to leave her kind of hanging on for ages wanting to do another video. So yeah, it's something that can happen in the future, and like I said, it's going to be a case of, keeping organized. But what I tend to do is not email people about interviews. Like that's not something that I don't send out emails asking for interviews. I just do interviews with people that might watch the channel or contact me independently, and might message me to talk about music, and then I say, oh, do you want to come on the channel? So there's already, I don't know, a common interest between the people that are going to be on the channel, because we're already talking. And yeah, I'm not sure that kind of doing, I don't know whether it's classed as kind of cold calling or saying, oh, would you be on my channel, or somebody asking somebody on my behalf and all that kind of stuff, I tend to already have I tend to prefer to already have a rapport with the person, and then we just meet up on the channel and have a chat about it, rather than it being something that is, the first time we're meeting is on the channel and it's kind of an interview along that line. And it's just, I don't send out emails myself. I'm not kind of chasing interviews. Like I say, anything that happens. So if somebody gets in contact with me and I think it'd be cool to do a video with them, then of course I'll ask, and if they're up for it, then we do it. So that's something that it doesn't really work that way round. But if of course, if Mickey is interested and lets me know, then of course we'll do something on the channel. But I mean, if I started going out and emailing people, obviously it's not kind of the way that I'm doing things. And I don't know, I think it's almost better to have musicians coming to the channel rather than me trying to kind of, I don't know, like sell myself or push my channel or say, oh, I've got this amount of subscribers, so please can you come on the channel, and kind of doing that kind of thing. I much rather just talk with people on a musical level and just say, look, and they know, if I've already spoken to them, they know that I'm a musician, and generally they've listened to my music and all that kind of stuff. So we talk about things along those lines, and then we've got that kind of common ground that we can then chat to each other. And therefore, I think there's a little bit of, I don't know what the word is, but it's not integrity, but it's having kind of, I can't remember what the word is, or at least I'm not getting the word, but it's something that gives your channel either gravitas, or that's not the word, but there's a certain level of respect on the channel where musicians kind of watch it and then would like to come on and be interviewed and that kind of thing, which I think is great, rather than me trying. I'm not very good at kind of approaching people and saying, oh, look how good my channel is and look how many subscribers I've got, so will you come on the channel, and all that kind of. I'm not very good at that side of things. So but anything that happens, we will just see what happens in the future, and whatever happens does happen. And as I said, anything kind of musically inclined, or guitars, vocals, I'm just up for doing, and we can organise in the future with whoever that may be. But it has to be, more of a kind of natural thing, I think, because then that helps with the interview as well, because you're talking to somebody that you already kind of know, or you've at least have an interaction with. It hasn't been somebody that has been contacted on my behalf and I've never actually spoken to them, and then suddenly you're talking to them and you haven't had any interaction with them. So I like to at least have that little bit of rapport going before we start. But anyway, thank you, Barbara, for that donation. And let's jump into Joe says credibility. That might be the word. I'm not sure if it's the word. It kind of doesn't feel like it's the word, but it's a word that I think means the same kind of thing of the word that I can't think of. But yes, musical credibility, I guess, is what's good to have on the channel when you're speaking with a musician, because they know that, I make music, and then we can talk about music, and it's not going to be just an interview where they're talking about the same things. And that's the problem that I think a lot of people have, and especially musicians have, when they're approached for interviews, is always to talk about the same things that they've spoken about for the last 60 years sometimes. So it'd be good for them to know that I'm a musician, and that we're going to be talking about music things, and that we're going to be talking about things that they might find more interesting to talk about, and things that they wouldn't really have talked about before, because people, or especially interviewers, don't know what it's like or what's involved with it, so they don't know the questions to ask. So they might not enjoy those interviews as much. But anyway, thank you for that, Barbara. Right, Picture Corner, let's jump into that. And I did put that vote to see if we're just going to have Phil Jam anyway. It looks like we're at 281 likes at the moment. So yeah, if we can hit that thumbs up, that would be great. But I think we are getting towards the end of the live stream. Joe says authenticity then. So yes, it's that, again, not the word. I'm not sure. Maybe the word my brain's trying to think of doesn't exist, and that's why I couldn't find it. But I think probably credibility is the closest word. I think there is another word, but anyway, yeah, it's not going to come to me. If I can think of it before the end of the live stream, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, picture corner. Let's jump into that and see who is going to be appearing. So I'll see you guys in a second. Rock. Okay, so let me see who we've got first up. It is Suzanne, who has sent in this picture of her modelling the wings of Pegasus t-shirt. So thank you for that, Suzanne. And I think we just have a couple more pictures. There's going to be the first one here from Ginny. And I think both of these pictures we're about to see are from Ginny. And she is modelling the wings of Pegasus t-shirt. And there are some pictures on the wall. Some of which, and I'm going to find the message because Laura sent me a message with this, which I have to find. But let me scroll down. Okay, Ginny's in her Wings Pegasus t-shirt, standing in front of her picture of some guy. Also, several of the people on the wall were painted by winger Beverly. So, Bev, our resident artist here on the channel, has drawn some of these pictures. So thank you for this. And oh, we can then go to the second picture. Oh, hang on, I accidentally stopped the music there, and I stopped the background. We momentarily came out of picture corner, but we're back in there. It's because I'm trying to read the message and click on the things at the same time, so it's all very complicated. But with this picture, it says, here's another of Ginny with her picture of Marty Stewart and Roger McGinn from The Birds. The picture is signed to Ginny from Marty. Roger is playing the bee bender that he bought from the wife of Clarence White, also The Birds. So thank you for that, and that is the message. First of all, thank you, Ginny, for uploading the picture, Suzanne as well, and then Laura for linking me to the pictures in the first place. And I think we just about got away with that. We can make that disappear. And now we should be back to me on the screen. So, yes, if you guys want to upload any pictures of yourselves modelling any Wings of Pegasus merch or anything Wings of Pegasus related, then upload it to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. And that's where Laura then gets the pictures from to send to me, and we can show them on the live streams. So, right, it looks like we might be having a Phil Jam anyway, because the people have spoken. And Pam K36 says Marty has the bee bender, not Roger. So yeah, thank you for that. I think that was stipulated in the comment. Was it from Marty? I can't remember what the comment said. But anyway, yeah, or maybe I just read it out and it was. I'll have to watch the live stream back. But anyway, if it was not Roger, but then Marty, I'm not sure what I said. But anyway, thank you for the message. And I think that's what Pam, I'm getting confused now. I think that's what Pam was saying, that Marty had the bee bender, not Roger. But anyway, thank you for uploading the pictures and Laura for linking me to them. We are going to be jumping into that. We have actually got a little bit of loading going on here. So right now, I think we've returned. I think I saw the circle. I don't think I was imagining that. It looked like it was loading. So maybe, and it's ironic, I said that it might be the case that it's unlucky because we haven't hit the likes goal, because it's number 13, which is the Phil Jam for tonight. So I think we're now okay and we're live and everything's running. I think that was just a YouTube thing because I'm still live. It just said reconnected to host. So I was live streaming, but YouTube cut out. And now YouTube is fine. So this has got to be because we're about to get into the number 13 Phil Jam. It can be the only reason because this is the first time before the Phil Jam that we've lost connection. So anyway, A Briggs has donated $4.99. Thank you for that. And says Noob, which has the Nintendo type controller on it as well. So thank you for that. Right, let's jump into this. And okay. We've got the wah-wah pedal. I'm going to have to move backwards. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this. I'm not sure if it's actually going to be on. And... okay, right. That sounds like that's doing something. The amplifier is on. I'm going to have to see if this is... okay, right. We're not on wah-wah. And the wah-wah was voted for. So I'm going to have to try and apply enough weight to it to turn it on while being seated. And this is going to be difficult because I'm going to have to kind of... oh, we did it. We got away with it, I think. Yeah, it's kind of there. Right, let's get into where this track is at. Oh, number 13, which is that one. Okay, it's a 6 minutes 25. It's 13 minutes past midnight already. Click on that. Mute the advert. Play. And... skip ad. Right, let me drag it back to the beginning. Right, prog rock backing track. Right. Oh, I don't know how loud this is going to be. As always, it's going to be a bit random as for the levels. And this is prog rock backing track number 1, A minor guitar, 100 beats per minute, BPM. And this is coming from Awesome Backing Tracks on YouTube. That is the channel, Awesome Backing Tracks. So if you guys want to check it out yourselves, then you can head over to that. Right, let's now press play. And I've got to see if I can actually hear this. Let's see what the levels are like. Groovy. So if you can let me know if you can hear it. So some people are saying it sounds good. Some people say turn it up. Some people say backing is too loud. Cindy says can hear it, sounds good. Oh, I don't know what to do. Everyone's saying different things. Backing track louder. Needs more wah-wah. So that's like a contradiction. If some people can hear it, then it's fine. I think we're getting close to the end. Oh, fade out. I'm just gonna. Is it gonna keep on going? Okay. Okay, we manufactured a kind of ending there. So, anyway, that was that. I did see. Oh, it's Tortoro Porco that popped up on the screen, and I, it kind of threw me off what I was doing because I was kind of reading the message at the same time. But anyway, thank you for that. $2.79. It says, if you toured now, which guitars would you take? Well, I mean, I would take my Ibanez Geo because that's what I've used most live. I'd probably take this. It depends what we were doing, because I mean there might be bits where we could have a live fill jam, maybe get some other guitarists involved, and yeah, just kind of see what happens. That'd be quite fun. In which case, I'd take the Strat, and yeah, maybe take the Gem as well, just for kind of faster stuff. But yeah, that's what I might do. So anyway, Yeah, thank you guys for requesting not only the videos for tonight, but the Phil Jam that we had. It looks like 303 likes in the end, so we did quite well with the thumbs up. But I take entire responsibility for that because of not setting up the live stream in a timely manner. So apologies for that. But yes, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll have a look at the live stream to hear the levels back. Because, yeah, unfortunately, this is the thing. There's some people on whatever they're listening to it on, it sounds fine. Other people say, oh, it's not fine, I can't hear it. And it is what it is. So maybe you could hear what I was doing. Maybe you couldn't hear what I was doing. So it is what it is. This is the thing with the Phil Jams. We don't kind of have levels and sound checks and all that stuff. We just get a track going and see what happens. But, yes, thank you for tuning in tonight. We will be back with a video tomorrow night, an analysis video. We're going to be at another video on Friday night, but live streaming on Saturday night. As always, 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. That's the time here in the UK. So if you're free then, it'd be great to see you. And thank you for your company on tonight's live stream. Right. Okay, I think we are going to... I don't know why something's going wrong on my screen. It's got to be the Phil Jam number 13. Why things are kind of flicking up on my screen and then just disappearing. But anyway, thank you for joining me. And I will catch you guys at tomorrow night's video. As I always say, try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live in. And I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!